Are you hungry?
Give me something good.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of Görgött. Today we're making something I really love, but I know a lot of people don't. We're making veal kidneys. And it's a semi-classical French way of making them. We're gonna grill the kidneys, and to serve, we're serving it with a mustard sauce. But we're putting some, well, not in the sauce, but we're also putting some fried mushrooms and fried shallots on top. You will see it all come together. But before we have a look at our ingredients on the board here, do me the favor, if you're not supporting the channel yet, please do so by clicking the subscribe button and checking the bell icon so that you get notifications. But now let's have a look. Obviously we have our veal kidneys. Now kidneys come in like a big fat thing, and you can ask your butcher to have that or to have them take it away. I asked them to take it away because I have no use for it right now, the fat. You can otherwise render it down and make fat out of it. You can fry in it and things like that. So these are our kidneys. The butcher already cleaned out quite a bit, but I'm still gonna take a bit more fat out. In addition to that, we have white wine, we have mustard, we have cream that goes into the sauce. And also important, what goes into the sauce is what's there. It's veal stock, and it's currently reducing. That's why I'm not showing it. So I'm reducing it down quite a bit to get nice flavor out of it. And we have some parsley for decorating afterwards. We're just going to chop it up. We have our mushrooms and we have our shallots. There's a little bit of prep to do with the mushrooms and the shallots. I'm not going to show you how I chop the parsley because it's just boring and everyone knows how to chop parsley. And then we need to prep the kidneys a little bit as well. So we'll start with that. Now we'll start off with the mushrooms. I like to take the stem off, and then we're just going to slice it. You don't have to worry too much. I mean, this might look like big mushrooms, but once you put them in the frying pan and they lose all their water, they're going to go quite small. So just slice up all your mushrooms, and I'll see you then for the shallots. Now for our shallots, we're just going to chop them up. Quite finely chopped like that. So chop up your shallots. You saw the mushrooms are already there. And then once that's reduced enough, we'll move over to the stove and make the sauce there. The sauce will stay warm while we grill the kidneys. Now the normal way, but I think the more classical way is to cut up your kidneys in smaller pieces. I'm going to grill them whole, and then you fry them, and then what's left there, that's where you make the sauce. So you fry your kidneys, take out the kidneys, and then you make the sauce in there. But I'm not doing that today. I'm doing the sauce in where I fry the mushrooms and the shallots. So I'll see you in a bit over there. As I mentioned, and I forgot, we need to clean the kidneys a little bit, so we'll do that now as well. And they've been done quite well. As you can see, you can try to get out more of the fat here without cutting yourself, preferably. So you want to take out parts like that, because it's not going to be so nice to eat. It's going to be a bit tough. So you can go through your kidneys. This is obviously, like I said, normally they cut smaller, and then it's a bit easier to take this away. But it also works on the big ones. Well, not on the big ones, but the ones that are kept whole. It's like when you take everything out, right? You need a bit of tension. You need to angle your blade upwards so that you don't cut away too much meat. Except for that, there's no real secret to it. Takes a little bit of time, but it's not difficult. And in the end, if it goes wrong, you just need to chop it up and make small pieces out of it. So clean up the kidneys the best you can. So I'm quite happy with this result, and I'm going to do the other one. I'm not going to film that either. So we'll still need to wait for a little bit of the stock to reduce, and then we'll get on to frying the mushrooms, the shallots. Then we'll put that aside and make the sauce in there, and then the last thing we'll do is we'll grill these babies. Now, why people don't like kidneys, most of the time it has to do a little bit with the smell. It has a special smell. Some don't like it because of the consistency, but I kind of love both. I remember the first time I had kidneys, I think I was 12 years old, with my parents in Strasbourg. I don't know what we were doing there, and I loved it from day one. And I had them not grilled, but I had them in a mustard sauce. And then I remember another time in Paris where I ordered le rognon de veau, which was what is said on the menu, and it just means the veal kidney. And it was a whole kidney like this from the grill. So I'm combining those two now. But when you see me next time, or you won't see me, but when the camera is on next time, we'll be there. So we started off with some butter. And in go our mushrooms. Now these will release a lot of water and it will take quite a bit, so just have patience. Just spread them out nicely and leave them for a bit. Every once in a while, stir it a bit. Now most of the liquid is gone, well, probably half of it, and now they're actually only starting to fry a bit. Now we're getting somewhere. Things are slowly starting to happen. And at this point, we can mix in our shallots. I want to season this a little bit. Good pinch of salt and a little bit of pepper. Ideally, all of the mushroom will get a nice color. A bit of a taster. That's enough salt. I'm happy with this now. So we're going to put this into a bowl that we keep warm in the oven. Don't wash your pan. I'll see in a bit with an empty pan. Now we deglaze with a little bit of white wine. Probably 2 deciliters. At the same time, we reduce this a bit. Now let's get our stock in. Oh, 3 ladles like that. And we reduce this together as well. Now it's time to go in with our cream. And now this needs to come together. Whisk it a little bit. And for this amount, I think we'll start with 2 good tablespoons of mustard. It's a large grain mustard. Give this a try to see the mustard level. That's good, but let's have one more. Since we haven't salted this at all, we'll add 2 good pinches of salt. One last try. This is perfect. I'm quite happy with the consistency now, meaning we can move over. Just keep this warm at a low temperature. I'll see in a bit once we change camera position. We seasoned the kidney, or one of them. The other one is also seasoned but not showing you. Now it's time to move outside, put it on the grill and grill it nicely. I'm not sure I have enough light, but if you can see it now, that means you're watching it grilling. Otherwise, I'll see you when I'm back inside. The grilling is done. Now we're just going to rest it for a couple of minutes. And then we'll just plate it up. But before we start with all that, if you stuck with me this far, there must have been something you enjoyed about this episode. So please do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. The one below, hit it. Thank you. That's all I'm asking. See you in a bit. I thought it would be nice to serve it up here. I've had this in the oven together with the mushrooms and the shallots. We'll just fill the bottom with sauce. And we unwrap our kidney. Lift it out. And we grab our mushrooms. Put that nicely on top. Doesn't matter if it falls down a bit on the side. And last but not least, I want to say coriander, but it's parsley. Now, doesn't that look nice? Now let's dig in. Yes, for me it's perfect. Shouldn't be more, could be a little bit less even, but I think it's... Sauce is great. Has a bit of the sourness from the mustard, a bit of the heat from the mustard. I always try to compare, when people ask me that don't like kidneys or never try them, what are kidneys like? They're like wine gums in the consistency. I love wine gums. And I also love kidneys. Now you can serve this with other sauces as well. A classic is a Madeira sauce. You can serve it with anything you want. I've seen it served with pasta, potatoes, rice. Serve it with whatever you feel like. Today I didn't serve it with anything, but that's more because I don't think you would be interested in me cooking pasta or rice or potatoes. This really is heaven for me. I know it's not to everyone's liking, but for those who do enjoy it, give it a try. Especially the grilled. You get a little bit of that charcoal taste to it. It's wonderful. I hope you enjoyed this episode. But that's it for today. But before you go, if you're not supporting the channel yet, please do so by the 4 ways you know how to support. Comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and leave a like. See you next time. Bye-bye.